Hi, it's Kathy. Welcome back to Kathy's Happy Home. Thank you that so many of you responded to my last video, and I know now that you like my cooking recipe videos most of all. So that's what I'm going to give to you today. We had just gotten an order, and Joe had done the shopping, and he had gotten a bunch of veggies, some cauliflower and bananas and broccoli and oranges and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was looking for what am I going to make with all of this stuff, and I found online a recipe for honey orange roasted broccoli. Sounds interesting, sounds good. I don't know how it's going to turn out, so we're both going to be surprised. But let me show you what you're going to need to make this. I'm still learning to use this camera, but hopefully this is a little better in color. But anyway, you'll need broccoli and an orange, of course, some soy sauce, some powdered garlic, a little bit of salt, some honey, and this honey is from our friend Carl. He raises bees and he has honey, so we got that from him, and some olive oil. The recipe I'm using says to use 2 heads of broccoli. Well, this is the broccoli I have, so it's not 2 heads, and that's fine because Joe and I would never eat 2 heads of broccoli by ourselves. But I've lined my cookie sheet with foil. It says to use parchment. I don't have parchment, so I'm using foil. I'm preheating the oven to 425 degrees, and now I'm going to cut the broccoli into florets. It says with a 2-inch stem. Always make sure that you wash your vegetables. It's really important. And then I'm just going to spread this out on the pan. Next, I'm going to take the olive oil and just sprinkle it on. It says to use 2 tablespoons, so since I'm cutting in half, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and just toss it and make sure that all the broccoli is covered. And then I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes. Here's a tip for you. This is the 1/4 cup measure that I just used for the honey, and you see how only a little tiny bit stuck. That's because I sprayed it with cooking spray before I put the honey in. If you do that, the honey just comes right out and you don't have everything's all sticking. It works with molasses too if you're making gingerbread or something like that. The broccoli is out of the oven. You can see it's just a little bit crispy. So in this saucepan, I have the orange zest, the orange juice, soy sauce, honey, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, and is that it? Yeah, and it says to bring it to a boil, and then to reduce the heat, and just leave it cook until it thickens. So that's what we're doing now. So now I'm just pouring the sauce over the broccoli. The pork roast from the other night is in the microwave heating, which is the noise that you hear, and we'll be ready for dinner. I'll put the link to where I found the recipe down below in the description box, and let's see how it is. Well, I taped the end to the video. Excuse the way the camera's flashing. But when I went to post it, it wasn't there. So, I want to tell you that broccoli was delicious. It was so good, and I definitely am going to make it again. So, hope to see you next time.